Peace in, folks. How we doing? What, you thought you were going to get away with an evening without me saying use the force, positive mental attitude? You know how we do. I want to say, if you haven't, go check out Ralph Smart, right? For many reasons. The guy has given me more than I can even explain. There's a couple of other people. One of them I often say is way far in, and the other one just slam dunks the funk, right? I think they both know who they are. There's a level of support that I've received that I never have, and my gratitude cannot be encompassed with a few mere words, even though I may be a bit of a wordsmith, even though sometimes I might trip over my words. Tell you, today has been a challenge, and I know there'll be many more ahead, but it's worth it. So, why was I challenged today? Well, I was waiting for an order to turn up. It's a whatever, right? But this is disappointment, right? Two things disappointed me today. On the 13th, it's like so we've got disappointment and expectation, and I did both of this today, right? So I'm just sharing. I had some low energy earlier. I was really having to keep my calm in a time. I've had rage, like rage, and I've learnt to control that. And hang on a moment, I was sitting on my keys. I just had to pop down the shop and get some more coconut milk because I run out. So, expectation and disappointment. And here I am at whatever time of day it is. We're looking for our clock now. It's 8:30 on my clock. Oh. So, why was I disappointed? Well, because I had expectations. Real talk, man. So I've been waiting quite some time for a delivery of some clothes. Okay, this is really first world problems, right? This isn't a big deal. But there was disappointment involved in it. It wasn't the biggest disappointment of the day, but it was the first. So I ordered a tracksuit a while back. I got it. It was great, from America, from a young designer. They use a logo. It's a gold bumblebee. Right, it is sick. Well, I ordered a coat and some other bits, and basically, the coat turned up and it wasn't quite what I'd ordered, and blah blah blah. They are a great company, right? I want to say this now. I've been well impressed. I like their style. I'm not slating them. It's just part of my day, man, and I share my days. Right, that's what I do when I go on camera. I either share my day, I share an experience I've been through, I just share my emotional and mental processes, right? Because it's how I get to the end of the day and I can still have a smile and I can sleep well. Okay, fine. I always sleep like a log anyway, but it's a healthy process. So anyway, the clothes things or whatever, it's going to get sorted. The guy who I deal with is, it's cool, right? But I'm going to be moving, and I went and viewed a property that was just ideal, and see, I'm pausing because I'm like, oh, some things I talk about, I'm like, oh, I don't want to like speak in a way involving anyone, but the reality is the living environment's been a bit stressful, and so we decided that we'd call it a day. And I've been keen to just move on so that nothing is so that it's just cool, right? But this morning, after I got the delivery that wasn't even the full delivery and it was wrong, I then got the phone call from the letting agent that I was expecting to be like, John, yeah, as we thought, it's all good, your moving date is XYZ. It wasn't. Unfortunately, because I have my very handsome, very lovely pup, the landlord over the weekend changed his mind about having pets and said no. So that was disappointment, right? And the expectation came from the fact that I was expecting my delivery to turn up today, everything being there and everything that I'd ordered, how I'd ordered it, and I was expecting to get a telephone call saying, John, you got the place. So I was disappointed because it's been stressful. The environment has been stressful and I've wanted out for both of us involved. No one needs to know. No one knows who I live with. And it's no one's business. But it is what it is. So I've just wanted the stress to be done with, you know, for us both. So I was highly disappointed, right? And it's been messing with my creativity a bit over the last week. It's what it is. I can maintain and I'll get through. But so I was a bit disappointed, quite hugely disappointed. And you know, I sat with myself, just calming, just, you know, reminding myself I am always where I should be. So that place obviously wasn't for me. And as for the clothes, well, it's only clothes. You know, it's not the end of the world. I'm pretty sure it will all get rectified. So anyway, I then spent 3 hours on the phone, maybe 2.5 hours ringing letting agent, and it's just no, there's no room in the inn, we're not having your dog, no. It's just like, oh, you know, I just want to rent a nice little space for me and my pooch so I can be creative, he can be cool and chilled, and we've got our own environment, our own space. Still, it's going to take a little bit more time. That's fine. Earlier on, I felt heavy about it. You know, it was just disappointment. And so I finished the phone call. Like, it was the God knows how many letting agent just like, no. I'm just like, oh, I can't do any more. I can't do any more today. I can't take any more no's. I can't take any more no's. You know, no is a healthy word, I said yesterday. Oh, so I had my rant about Boris last night. The title I put on it was "No is a healthy word." Well, that's subjective to perspective, isn't it? Because I got a whole bag of no's thrown back at me today. So, Yes is a healthy word. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Oh, so it seems like a minor, right? And I say it, and I'm like, oh, it's really not a big deal, John. Yeah, and it's not. But the point is, when any of us are in something, the feelings are real. No matter where in the world you are, whatever the problem is. I'm talking about some fucking first world issues over here. Not a fucking big deal in the scale of things. You know, it's not like I'm living in the middle of like fucking a war-torn country, or a country that still treats women as not even second-class citizens or anything. But emotions are real. Feelings are real. And so, you know, I had to maintain my calm. I wanted to be pissed off. And I looked at that and I was like, why do you want to be pissed off, John? What are you going to gain from it? So it's like, well, what am I going to gain from it? Bugger all. It will just perpetuate a feeling that I have in that moment. So I do this. I close my eyes. I just imagine bringing my feelings into like a center place and letting them go out. It's not really meditating, but I sat for a while, and just breathed in, breathed out, and I let it pass. Now, self-control for someone like me, who was a bull in a china shop, you know, I had quite a lot of anger issues growing up. People who remember Johnny Scott will remember that I used to tear it up a lot. I was picked on, then I picked on, then I was just angry. You know, and then somewhere around 21, 22, I started growing up a little bit. I'm still doing that. And I'll be 41 in 2 days. Holy moly. So, what is the point? Well, expectation leads to disappointment, right? Faux pas over here. But self-control leads to what we're going to grab. Self-control leads to self-growth. Self-control leads to inner calm. What does inner calm lead to? Inner calm leads to better things. Inner calm leads to making a better choice in the next moment. You know? Not carrying that anger over onto something else, not carrying that disappointment over onto something else or someone else, right? So, breathing deep and taking a minute is a superpower. Because, you know, people say when it rains, it pours. No. When it rains, get your umbrella out and stop the rainfall from hitting you. Metaphor for staying calm, stopping yourself barrel rolling into different things. You know, you're angry about this in that moment, then something happens over here that isn't really that bad, but boom, that gets the full anger of what's just happened over here. And the two things are totally separate whilst being totally connected. Anyway, I just wanted to share because that's what I'm doing. I want us all to be able to grow and share, be vulnerable, be open. It's that time. Use the force, positive mental attitude, be kind with your thoughts, keep loving your hearts. Peace in. Let's get it.